Oh my gosh, hitchy, zoom in.
What's up guys, we had a little technical difficulty there on the first tee box. The intro and the actual first tee shot got corrupted unfortunately, and we lost the footage, but baby fade down the middle, let's get it.
All right, it's a perfect drive here. Got 127, it's back into the breeze a little bit. That pin's sitting in a little bit of a bowl as well, where I can kind of use some left to right slope if I want. So 127, probably playing 32. I've got pitch and wedge, we're just gonna kind of cut one in there. Man, that should be so good. Right at it. That honestly might have gone in. What a start to the video that would be, but that should be really, really close. Looked right at it, should be good distance, so let's go see how short it is. Well, we did not go in, but we threw a dart. We love a short birdie putt on the first. Got about 8 feet for birdie here. It's a little uphill right to left here. Grain's going left. These Bermuda greens definitely have grain, that's a big factor, so gotta respect the grain. It's gonna make it a little slower and make it break a little more. Going just outside right. See if we can get to one under through one. That's such a good roll too. Didn't quite take the break like I thought, but it's a good roll, good putt for the first hole. We'll take a tap in par. It's gonna keep me at even through one. So number 2, we've got 190. This is a tough hole. Green's very slopey and it's a 6-iron. So with the wind off the left, I'm gonna hit kind of a, a little carvy 6-iron in there, kind of ride the wind and hopefully just hit a green and reg. That's so good. He's so good. Man, yeah, that was literally perfect. Got a little birdie putt now. I would have taken green and reg anywhere, but hitting it kind of close, especially will take it. Come on. I don't know that I could do better. For a perfect 6-iron, landed 5 feet from the hole. Got a great look at birdie now, so this would be huge. This is one of the tougher holes. There's really a few holes out here that you just take par in a heartbeat, and this is definitely one of them. Long par 3, tricky green, but now we're sitting nice and we've got a birdie putt. Downhill right to left here. This should be kind of quick. Gonna have to hit this pretty soft. Gave that a little too much respect. I didn't hit putts before, of course, y'all know the drill, so wasn't really sure what to expect there. A little soft, but we'll take tap in par all day. Keeps me at even through 2. Number 3 here, kind of a tighter tee shot. The right side's forgiving, so I'm gonna try to hit a little draw, start it over there towards those bunkers, and just hopefully turn it right in the fairway. I've pretty much been hitting a stock fade on every shot for about 3 or 4 weeks, and today's day 1 of kind of curving it again. A little push straight. Miss those bunkers. I'd be right in between them. I don't know. Right side of the fairway, could be in the rough, could be in a bunker. Either way, it should be okay. All right, so we avoided the bunkers, which is huge. I've got 112, big upslope, but obviously we'll take it, not being in the sand. 112, a little uphill into the wind. It's gonna be like a 120 shot, give or take. So I've got a 50-degree, taking dead aim. Let's see if we can throw a dart. Oh, pulled it off the lie a little bit. It's gonna be okay. Should be hole high-ish, just a little pull, ball's above my feet, so. All right, so I've got about 24, 25 feet here for the birdie. It's gonna do a lot of left to right, but kind of in a predictable way, I would think. So going out pretty high, it's gonna have to come in pretty sideways, but just try to have good speed and see if the hole can get in the way. I love it. Man, yeah, we'll take a tap in par. That's 3 in a row to start. 3 pars, keeps me at, there went my golf ball. But yeah, keeps me at even through 3. All right, so number 4, this feels like a tighter tee shot. There might be a lot of room up there technically, but there's lots of bunkers. So I'm gonna hit a little trap draw, stingy 3-wood thing, and just try to scoot it right over the 150. Not a draw, but stingy and should be perfect. Yeah, that'll work all day. All right, so I've got 159, just missed the fairway. Just gonna take a 9-iron, aim left of the pin, and just try to hit the green somewhere. That did not jump. Go. All right, so I've got about 55 feet, big left to righter. We're definitely taking 2 putts, so let's just see if we can cozy it. It's always a speed test. Let's see how we can do. I'm happy with it. That's what I wanted. A+. A+. All right, well, that is a tap-in par. We'll take it, Anytime I miss the fairway out here, we'll take pars. The rough is jumpy, especially early with the dew. So that's 4 straight pars to start. Keeps me at even through 4. All right, so number 5. This is another tough tee shot, Fescue on both sides. You really just have to hit a good one, but if I can get driver in play, should be able to reach in 2. So that's what we're gonna try to do. Hopefully hit a little high bomb right down the middle. Not a high bomb. It's gonna be in play down the right side of the fairway. Draw drivers aren't really drawing, but honestly, in play, we'll take. We can still make birdie. Let's go get it. All right, so we actually caught the fairway, which is big time. I can go ahead and send a DOD. I've got 287 stick, so obviously gonna take a big rip, but basically anything between the fescue we'll take. Otherwise, let's send a DOD. Ball above my feet would normally make it draw. I don't think I have to worry about that too much with the DOD. I just need good contact and a good old rip. That was a really pure golf shot. It's gonna be a little short right of the green, but I mean, shoot, one good bounce, maybe that gets to the front, but either way, that was a dime, so let's go see what we got. Yeah, it's a good spot, a little short of the green. We knew it'd probably be short from 290, but straightforward pitch here. I've got 60 degree, just trying to land it right over the fringe. Hopefully let it hit the brakes a little bit, but then just release right to the hole. A jump, sit, sit. That was literally a flyer from some wet fairway. You hate to see that. You hate to see that. I knew the second I hit it, obviously, like, came out too hot, no spin. That's just early morning dew getting between the ball and the face, but we got a birdie putt, you know? Well, this is a longer birdie putt than I'd hoped. About 15 feet left to right. Obviously makeable still, so let's put a good roll on it, see if we can get our first birdie of the day. Such a good putt. That did a lot of breaking. After two good swings and honestly a good pitch, par stinks, but it is a par, is what it is. 5 pars to start. We need a birdie here. All right, so number 6, little dog leg left. We're always just kind of looking to put it in play. You know, I think I'm trying to describe these tee shots, and it's just usually like between the fescue is what we're looking for. But this specifically, looking for a DOD down the left side, kind of any shape I want. So I'm probably just going to feel it out over the ball. Literally perfect. We're hitting good golf shots today. Kind of stinks we haven't made a birdie yet, but I'm also very cool with hitting good golf shots all day. All right, another perfect drive. Got 113 to the stick, not much wind, such a green light. 113 is also a good yardage. It's gonna be a pretty stock 54 degree, so easy pin, good yardage. Taking that aim with my sand wedge. Oh, I just pulled it. Worst swing of the day, man. That's big tough. That was such a green light too. It's so driving rangy, it's almost like I fell asleep, you know? Didn't focus in, but got a longer birdie putt than I wanted, but we got a birdie putt. Yeah, it's kind of lame, you know? Really the first bad swing of the day. Big tug there with 54 degree, but again, still have a birdie putt. Going out pretty high, pretty far left. I really feel good about giving this a good scare. Such a nice roll. God, dude. That is gonna be 6 straight pars to start the round. Not exciting. I feel like I'm hitting good putts too, just haven't quite dialed in the speed, and obviously those aren't super makeable, but 6 pars to start, even through 6. All right, number 7, 211 yard par 3. That's a long one, but 211, it's gonna be a 4-iron, I think. Looking for kind of a high draw in there. Obviously we take green and reg anywhere from 211. Little pull, gosh, get lucky. That's short too. Yeah, 211, didn't have room to miss hit it, but got to get up and down for the first time today. So let's just go get up and down for the first time today. All right, honestly, for a missed green, this isn't the worst. I'm a little short-sighted, but I think off the fairway grass, I should be able to get good contact and get it to check a little bit. Got a 60 degree, of course. Got to throw it up in the air a little. Yeah, we'll take it. You know, B plus, B plus. Should be just right edge for the par here. Nothing crazy. Green looks good, so it shouldn't do any bumping or anything. That went right. That's a tough scene. It's a tough scene. Playing through a group, didn't read the putt. You do hate to see that, but that's a bogey. Drops me to 1 over on the day. So let's just go birdie the next hole. It's par 5, so I say that every clip, but we'll actually be able to this time. All right, so number 8, we've got a par 5. Should be able to get over the corner, but basically aiming it to 250, hoping it maybe peels left to right a little bit, but anywhere in play is good. Y'all know the drill at this point. That's so good. Man, literally perfect. Yeah. Well, it's right on top of the hill. I thought I'd fly that bunker, and it's just right of it, but we'll take it. It's in play. Should be able to reach in 2. I've got 253 stick, which I should be able to get 3-wood there. It's going to be a 3-wood one way or another, but gonna have to give it a good rip to try to fly it that far. That's kind of like the max out yardage, so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna just try to send the 3-wood. This is a nice looking spot to hit a second shot from. Oh, just towed it where it's going to be left. Man, if I hit the middle of the face, that was perfect, but I didn't actually see it. I think it's somewhere just left of the green though, should be fine. So we ended up in the bunker. Good spot, you know? I don't know why I couldn't see that. It's a good spot, a little short-sided. You know, I probably have to hit this a little high and soft. Might roll past. Either way, I like having a bunker shot, so feel good about getting it up and down. Sit. Boy, that ended up being kind of tough, huh? That ball just took off on me. We're gonna make a birdie here. We got about 15 feet right to left. Another side hill putt where it's just doing a bunch of braking. It's not too fast or slow. Going out pretty high with this. Love it. And there we go. I really hate that I bogeyed last hole playing through a group, was just kind of rushing, didn't read the putt properly, but got it right back. That is a birdie, gets me back to even through 8. All right, coming off first birdie of the day. Let's go ahead and go back to back here. One good drive, I should have a wedge in, so looking for a nice little draw down the left side. Yeah, that is very, very perfect. I've said that a bunch today, but I've hit a lot of shots that are just exactly what I'm trying to do. And you love to see that. That's a good way to play golf. All right, so I've got 118 to the stick, no wind, which is huge. It makes it very much a green light. So 118, I think I can just kind of mash a 50-40 and get it there. I'd way rather kind of hit something hard up this hill to that pin that's just over a slope. So hopefully it just kind of lands and sticks. There's maybe just a breath of into the wind. So gonna try to get a 120 shot out of this 54, which is a big one, but should be able to do it. I slipped, interesting. Not too often I slip on a wedge. Yeah, it looks really good though. I think it should have gotten there, barely left. Sorry, I'm a little distracted with the slip. That's a new one, but yeah, got a birdie putt, so there we go. All right, so I got about 22 feet here for the birdie. Didn't quite get to hole high. Again, there might've been a little more hurting wind than I thought. And I also was thinking the hole was over the slope where if I land it close, it kind of kicks forward and it's actually all upslope. So that did not happen. I'm looking like a foot left. It's gonna just peel right and then should straighten out when it gets towards the hole. I do think it's a double breaker at the hole. It should straighten out for me, maybe even go left. Go left. Yeah, just got a little right on me. It did do what I was saying, but I didn't plan on it being a foot right halfway, so that's all right. You know, tapping par, it's gonna be even on the front, which again, the only bogey, not to blame it on playing through, but I kind of didn't read that par putt, and I think I would have made it if I gave it a second. But number 10's a par 5, maybe an eagle chance, so let's go send a driver. Hitch and I have always talked about going down 11 on this tee box. Today feels like a good day to try it, so I'm gonna aim down 11 fairway here. I don't know where I'm aiming, but over the cart basically. Let's just see what happens. Yeah, that is roasted. Should be really good. We'll just have to go see where it is. Yeah, only 240 to the pin, and I think it's in the back. So that was definitely the move. I think 3 wood's the play. It's gonna be kind of a cruisy, cutty 3 wood, but just looking for something high, soft, anywhere on the green would be sweet. Just looking for a high left to right, kind of bleeder 3 wood. It's into the wind, so should kind of float out for me in a good way. Oh, that didn't cut. That wet rough is not letting it cut. Dang. Yeah, greenside bunker, I think, just left of the green. All that moisture, hard to curve it. You know, the wet rough ball comes out knuckly and straight. So probably should have known that. I've played golf in the morning dew before, but you know, we're greenside, we got an eagle chip. So long bunker shot. It's a shame. That was actually really good yardage for that 3 wood. So it would have been nice to, like, you know, I'd say hit a better shot, but like judge the lie better. That probably was never going to cut. But now I have this long uphill bunker shot. It's definitely gonna be tough to get up and down. It's 40 yards or so, but yeah, I've got 54. Let's see if we can get back there on the shelf somewhere. Go. Stay. Alabama is so hot, by the way. I mean, if you live here, you know, but it's a sauna. Got this 22 footer up the hill. Shouldn't do a ton. Very makeable. Going a little outside left. That is a birdie. You love to see it. I was about to say back to back, but I forgot about 9. Not back to back, but that's my second birdie of the day. Gets me to 1 under through 10. There we go. Good birdie. We love birdies. We're 1 under on the day. Number 11 here, just driver right at the 150. That's it. Let's go for another baby draw. Something about little draw DODs, you know? Gets me going. Yo. You know, down the left, but it'll kick back. It'll be fine. All right, well, I guess I kind of like almost was in trouble there. I don't know. I didn't really aim too hard on that tee shot. Probably took it for granted, but we're okay. You know, in the rough, 122. I've got a 50 degree, you know, downwind, maybe jumpy lie. but it's not a 54. So I'm just gonna throw this up in the air, hopefully get it to land soft right on it. I actually have to choke way up, so I'm glad I have 50 in my hands. I feel like it's almost a full swing at this point, how much I'm choking up. Man, that's gonna piss me off. That's it. Okay, not great, not bad. I didn't really realize how severe the slide was, so I stepped into it. Had to choke up to the steel, but you know, overall we'll take it. Wasn't a great shot, but kind of a makeable little chip. Super makeable chip here. I love it, you know. I'm gonna take a 60 and I'm just gonna pop it onto the green. Feels really makeable. Let's see if I can get it on line, fly that fringe by a foot or two, and maybe it goes in. Man, I actually got it to check, which downhill, down grain, I thought that would really skid. It's fine, you know, it's good enough for the par. You know, after where that tee shot could have ended up, we'll take a little tap in par. It's gonna keep me at 1 under through 11. Number 12 here, probably the toughest hole on the course. Back into the wind, just looking for a bullet draw DOD right up the middle. Oh, baby pull, get lucky. Go. I can't see it. That left bunker and the area around it is not good. That's where it's heading. I don't know if I got over it, but let's go see. All right, so I've got 160. Wind's off the right. Obviously, every time I'm in the rough, the big thing is guarding against the flyer, right? I can't have this come out a million miles an hour and fly the green, so a little jump would be good, but anywhere on the green's good, obviously, from the rough. Just want a green and reg here. Go. I'm not sure that jumped enough, and the wind's not taking it left, by the way. That stunk. That's right where I was aiming. We've got all this wind right to left, and it just didn't go left. I was disappointing. That was actually a really good swing, but got to get up and out for par now. It's a tough golf hole. This is definitely the hardest one out here. By the way, every video, I've got to shout out Sugarloaf. We love Sugarloaf. The polos, the head covers, they're the best in the game. Make sure you're using JakeDoes10 for 10% off at checkout. Everything Sugarloaf. All right, pretty straightforward pitch here. I mean, the green's right to left. It's kind of the biggest factor. Like, it might take a huge left kick, but it's kind of like reading a breaking putt, you know? I'm just going to throw it out right, have it kind of curl in. I've got 60. You know, I don't think it'll do too much checking or anything, so pretty normal shot here. That was so soft. Oh boy, this is a climb up this big hill. A little right to left, nothing crazy. It's one of those putts, if you don't hit it solid, it just wheels off. So I'm gonna make sure I put a really good confident roll on it. Boy, that dove. This green is so tilted. I think I just underplayed it back-to-back shots. Again, these greens are really tricky. They have lots of slope, lots of movement. And also that's the hardest hole in the course. So not the worst bogey in the world. Let's just go make it up on the next hole and get that birdie back. Okay, so number 13, I've got 168 to that back pin. Wind's off the left. So I've got 8 iron, you know, probably gonna just let it work in left to right on that wind. Potential hole in one pin, who could say? Oh my gosh, hitchy. Hitchy, zoom in. That was good. That was almost a 1. I don't know what I would have done. I don't know that I would have been okay if that went in. I don't know, but it didn't go in. That was really good. We'll take it. So people say, how did that miss? But like, how did this miss? This landed right here, coming in from this angle with a little cut. I mean, had to miss by literally half an inch. So we'll take it, I guess, as long as I make this birdie, but that would have been sick. All right, well, this shouldn't be too tough of a putt. I'm looking just a ball out right, maybe. It's just a little right to lefter. Again, relatively, you know, these greens have so much slope that a little right to lefters, maybe more than most, but going about a ball out right. Yeah, super solid too. It would have been a shame to make a par after almost making a 1, but we didn't do that. And we got the shot back from 12, which is also sick. So that's a good birdie, and it's gonna get me back to 1 under through 13. All right, so number 14, not the easiest tee shot for me. I can't quite cover the corner. So look for a little DOD peely cut thing and maybe just kind of shape the fairway. If this wasn't into the wind, I would tee it up and send it over the corner. If I think into the wind, I have no chance to do that. Looking for a little bullet cut DOD. Slipped again. I keep slipping, man. It's gonna be on golf course at least, but dang. That might be the biggest upslope of all time. That's a bad time to slip. Not that there's a good time to slip, but well, this is not any good. I'm on probably like the biggest upslope on the entire course. I've got 173 into the wind. Probably no chance to get there. I'm gonna just try to hit a 5-iron, basically get it up around the green. You know, not much I can do here. That went through the moon. Good line, good strike. Just gonna be short. I actually got that all the way hole high, which I'm very surprised at. Unfortunately, that means this is a very dicey up and down. I kind of thought I'd be short in the fairway and have some, you know, green to work with, or at least a good lie. But now I'm in thick, rough, downslope. I'm gonna have to land this in the upslope and just have it kind of pop up perfectly. So not a super high chance of getting this up and down. I've got a 60. We're just gonna drive it into that slope. That's it. It's pretty good. I mean, it's a little conservative, you know. I could have gotten probably a little cuter, but gave myself a par putt, so we'll take it. All right, so about 12, 14 feet for the par here. Still a left rider. Again, pretty much every putt I've had is the same, like just cross plane. It's not gonna do a ton of different things, but it is gonna break a lot. So just trying to match up that speed and line, going something like a foot out. Didn't really break. Yeah, nothing really wrong there. That's just tough. That's such a tough tee shot when you can't fly the corner. Obviously I slipped, but it still wasn't that bad of a shot. And walking away with bogey there. All right, number 15, dogleg right. I should be able to cover the corner with it being kind of downwind. I think I'm just aiming at the right bunkers and sending it, and hoping I just fly the fescue. Fescue? Fescue. All right, looking for a big carry for me. Yeah, literally perfect. Like I said, literally a lot, but yeah, right where I'm aiming. Perfect drive. Should we mow the fairway? Perfect drive. It's nice to be down here at the bottom. Flat lie, 122 to that back right pin. It's gonna be a gap wedge of some kind. 22, yeah, pretty full gap wedge. I think I'm just gonna hit a little left to right shot, kind of let it fall left to right. I think the slope should take it towards it if I hit a good shot. So let's just hit a good shot. What is up with these pull wedges? That's so bad. I don't have much to say on that one. That's really bad golf shot. I don't know, my like bleeder cuts are just 40-foot pulls right now with wedges, or at least 2 of them. I don't know if that counts as like all the time. Yeah, but anyway, that wasn't very good. That wasn't very good. Now I probably have a long putt, or even a chip. But we're going out right here. Just obviously trying to have good speed, get down in 2. If it goes in, that's a bonus. So we're going a little outside right. I thought that'd be way faster down that hill. Should just be inside right here. Yeah, good 2-putt, good par. I say good par. After the second shot was a good par. Before the second shot, not a good par, but it is what it is. Keeps me at even through 15. Number 16 is par 3. Another hole-in-one chance. We almost got one. I'm just gonna try to speak it into existence, although I just saw that it's the back left pin. That's a very hard hole, so I would take par if we're being honest, but let's just go see what we can do. Number 16, this is a very tough golf hole with that back left pin. It's a small target, it's 200 yards. It's gonna be a pretty full 6. Honestly, I'm gonna try to hit a little bit of a draw. Maybe the wind will cancel it out. Boy, I got crossed up in my brain. One of the downsides to hitting only fades and then trying to work it is that you might get crossed up. Like I haven't hit a push draw in a long time until today. Very crossed up there mentally. All right, so we're okay. We're not in the fescue, not an easy up and down. I'm gonna have to fly it over this hill a little bit, or maybe land it right on top and have it just roll down. This is effectively like a really short-sighted shot. So I am gonna have to throw it high and hopefully on some level just get lucky with my first bounce here. But yeah, just a high lofted floppy thing, and let's see if we can get lucky. Boy, that came out so nice. I did what I wanted. Boy, just a huge hop, I guess. Just a big hop. It came out high and soft, and I hit my landing spot, but yeah, I don't know. Something tells me hitting it 30 yards left of the green just wasn't the move, you know. Back up the hill par putt. I don't think it does a ton, so it should be pretty makeable. Going just kind of left side with it. Didn't break. Boy, I hit that exactly where I wanted to. I felt like it would have a little left to right. It's a tough scene. Back to 1 over on the day. I thought when I got the birdie back on 8, I wasn't going to be over par again. And here we are. Number 17, we got a par 5. It can be very short. It's not the easiest tee shot. If you go left, you're flirting with water everywhere. But I'm gonna go ahead and try to do that. Just hit kind of a floaty softball down the left side and maybe have under 200 yards in, which would be sick. Just a high fade right at the 250. That's a little more conservative than I wanted, but it's fine, you know. All right, so I've got 220 to the front left pin. The wind's kind of in, but mostly off the left. Ball's above my feet. Those are gonna kind of cancel and also kind of hurt distance, you know. The shot looks like it wants a little kind of bleeder fade. So again, with the ball above my feet, who could say if it's actually gonna cut? That's at least my feeling. Started a little left, kind of high fade in there. That is insanely good. Go in. Should come back a little bit too. I can't tell if it is. Yeah, either way, we're probably cool with that. Like almost hitting the flag from 220. This Titleist U505 2-iron. I'm kidding, but it's pure though. For real, it's pure. So now we have an eagle putt, you know? Good chance to get the 1 under on the day. Let's go. All right, so I've got about 30 feet for the eagle. Very downhill. This should be pretty dang fast. Should be really hard to leave short. So I'm gonna hit it really soft pace. Go right at it. See if I can just have it trickle in last roll. I think they're just that much slower than they were last week when I was here. These downhill putts last week were so hard to even stop. It was like truly one of those get going and it gets there. Now it's just, they're not rolling out quite as much, but we'll take a tap in birdie all day. It's gonna get me back to even on the day, you know? Not great, but better than 1 over. All right, number 18, one last tee shot here, just trying to find the fairway, you know, really anything between the fescue is good, but going with the DOD, right up the middle. Yeah, literally perfect. Right at the flag, right where I was aiming. It's a great swing to end on. Maybe make one more birdie, shoot something in the red, then Hitch and I are gonna go get brunch, because we're like that. Probably not, you know, probably gonna cut that out, but 172 to the back right pin. We got no roll on the DOD, that's tough, you know. Sometimes I get 40, 50 yards of roll with that. Got none. Makes the second shot a little longer, but 172, wind's off the left, you know. I think we just kind of cruise carve a little 7-iron in there. It could be 8, but I like just kind of finessing it. The green is left to right, so I feel like I can get it kind of just working in and fall in and see if we can end the day with a birdie. Ball's below my feet too, conducive for just a little left to right bleeder. Got under it a little hang ball. Give me one good kick. A short. Man, hitting that upslope of fringe. It's okay, but all right, just a little up and over from the fringe here. Nothing crazy. This would be a really cool one to knock down. Get to 1 under on the day, shoot something in the red. But at the same time, I would take a 2-putt very happily. Dang, I thought it would sling left more early. Yeah, good speed. We'll take it. Well, that's gonna be an even par 72. Not the best golf, but solid. Is a nice morning. Huge thanks to RTJ as always for having me out. Make sure you hit like and subscribe, all that good stuff. You know the drill. Appreciate you watching, and we'll see you next time.